What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Facts Network, Super Facts Show. Today we got with us Chesney Claire on the heels of releasing her new song and video, Not in the Mood. How you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous as always. Thank you for having me.
You know, I got kind of held up looking at you. Is that your merch? Is that a Not in the Mood hoodie or something?
Yeah, it is my merch, Not in the Mood. It's got my 222 on it, my angel numbers, and my signature, cute little parental advisory.
Damn, that is vicious. That is absolutely vicious. You sell men? You sell unisex or men's, or is that just girls?
Oh yeah, I have all kinds of stuff on my shop. ChesneyClaire.com/shop.
Oh no, I mean we done jumped out of order because I was definitely gonna talk. I was definitely gonna talk about, man. Your merch game is heavy, especially the distracted, all the shirts and stuff that go with distracted, like way better than you usually see, especially from someone who's just dropping singles, not even released a project yet. So shout outs to you on that merch game. It's insane.
Thank you. I designed most of it too, so I appreciate that.
Oh, you got a great eye for design. Well, I mean, with the quality of the music, the merch sales will be coming right behind it. So you definitely on your way. But let's talk about the new song and video, Not in the Mood. I mean, I obviously, that has to come from somewhat a life experience. But was there a gentleman in particular you were thinking about?
Actually, no. It was actually about how I was feeling. It wasn't about like anybody in particular. I did have a little voice pop in my head like 3 weeks before I wrote the song, and it said, "I'm not in the mood." And I took a sticky note and I wrote that down. I'm not in the mood. And that was stuck in my head for 3 weeks. And then I heard an instrumental I really loved, and I was just like really, really felt it. And it was so easy to write to it. And like, I mean, I am in the mood sometimes, but I really am not in the mood a lot of the time. So, I mean, no, not about anybody in particular, but more about me.
Well, I mean, either way, that's a necessary song because, every young man who can ingest that idea, a girl don't owe you anything. And if a girl's not in the mood, a girl's not in the mood. Respect that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree with that.
I didn't get a chance to listen to much of your music other than the 6 songs you got on Spotify, but a nice proportion of them kind of deal with like messed up relationships or, cats not acting right. So what's going on with you? You can't be no good man.
I fortunately have met somebody who is really special to me.
Shout out to him. Good job, man.
Yeah, shout out to him. But I have been keeping myself, and I remain keeping myself completely and entirely focused on my music, putting my career first and everything. And yeah, I just haven't been in the mood for a while.
I can dig it. But I mean, that being said, like a lot of your songs, I'm not trying like they're all sad or anything. Like Moving On, for instance. I think that's a great message. Like just the video showing you the struggle of you getting out of bed, and but actually doing it. Do you have any advice for people caught up in them situations? Because I ain't gonna front, like I ain't never been depressed and didn't want to get out of bed. What you got any like motivational tricks or anything of that nature?
Actually, unfortunately, I ended up losing a lot of my family between 2016 and 2019. I lost my brother, my grandparents, both of my grandparents, and my dad ended up leaving. He didn't pass away or anything, but
my condolences.
It definitely put me in a funk. It put me in a bad place, and it put my mom in a bad place, and we had to realize, it's either sink or swim. You either keep going or you just fall into that even deeper, like as deep as you let yourself get. So what we did was just found something to make us happy, found something to keep us wanting to get out of bed the next day. And that's what music does for me. So my message is find something that you love to do if you're feeling like that, and pursue it with everything you have.
I mean that's a great message. What did you do before music?
Nothing.
Nothing. You never worked at like Sonic or none of that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked at Sonic. That's weird.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's like my only job I've had. That's really weird that you would like intuition. But yeah, I did work at Sonic in Louisiana in high school. That's funny.
On like roller skates and all that shit.
Oh no, not roller skates. I would have died. But
yeah, me too. I ain't never learned how to roller skate, man. I ain't have no ATL scene in my life.
I have some roller skates in my trunk right now, and I'm just like not daring to touch them because I'm scared of them.
You've been getting into exercise lately, though. I see it when you was rocking that rock and roll shirt. You had some little abs going on.
Thank you. Yeah. I've lost. Hold on, let me think about this. I've lost about 70 pounds within the past 2 years. So I'm definitely putting in work. I work out almost every day and keep myself healthy. I don't like feeling bad.
Yeah, me neither. I used to be 340. I'm 165 now. Shout out to you for that.
Shout out to you for that too.
Thank you, thank you. What did you do specifically? I mean, I know it's like 90% diet, so obviously you started eating better. But what kind of exercise do you do?
I like running a lot.
I was about to say you strike me as a runner. I swear to fucking God, I was gonna say that shit.
I don't I used to hate running. I fell in love with it because I started taking pre-workout. So
I know about it.
It really makes me want to run.
Yeah, if you don't do something, you be shaky and shit. Might be about to Earl. I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes when I feel like working out, I'll take pre-workout because I know that shit will force me to fucking work out.
Exactly. That's what I feel like. But it keeps me going. I run like 2 miles most of the time. Do some incline walking, squats, pull down bars, the pull up bars. I do all that good stuff.
Okay, that's what's up. That's a nice strong little routine right there.
Oh yeah.
You know, another thing I wanted to talk to you about. Well, you know, I got some insight into this, but let's not assume that the listeners do. What is music publishing?
Music publishing?
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna stump me on this one.
Don't you have a publishing company?
Yeah, I have a publishing company. I just know that there's a publisher share and a writer share, and it's smart to take your publisher share. But I don't really know too much about that. I have my momager helping me out with that.
Well, she's doing good if she started a publishing company.
Yeah, she's definitely led me in the right direction. We have all the business aspects of the music business down. So
did she have previous experience, or is she learning as she goes? Which is not always a bad thing. Like, people kind of look down on momagers, but I mean, some of the biggest people in entertainment are momagers. I mean, Deborah Atney for one, you know.
Yeah, she's never been in the music business before me, but she was a state trooper. But that doesn't have much to do with it. But yeah, she doesn't.
Might be good for negotiating.
Yeah, she just looks up stuff and contacts people and gets me interviews and does all kinds of stuff to help support. And she's very, very, very intelligent. A lot more intelligent than a lot of the bigger people that I do know in the industry.
And a lot of this stuff you can teach yourself. I mean, I stopped doing it because it was so time consuming, but for those who don't know, an EPK is an electronic press kit. And I taught myself just from reading how to write them. And I was selling electronic press kits to people for $500 a whop. I was probably getting off like shit, at least 100 of them a year. I just got tired of doing it. But point being, you know, most of the stuff, if you put the research in, it's not like you go to college for a lot of the shit anyway. So it's about the effort you put in learning your craft.
Exactly. And I do that every day. Like when I graduated, I had a full ride scholarship to LSU, and I was gonna go. I was like set on going, and then my family started to pass away, and I wanted to be closer to my mom. Like I was like, okay, you're all I have. I'm gonna stay with you. We're gonna be close and get through this. And I was trying to figure out, you know, what now, because I didn't go to college. And so I put myself through YouTube University and learned everything from song structure to to how to produce my own vocals on Logic, how to make good demos, from going from recording in my phone like this with some music playing to being able to produce my own high quality demos. You know, I just teach myself new things every day, like new things about songwriting, new things about recording, etc.
Word, I do this thing called the Great American Teach-In, where like you go to your kids or other classes at their school, and I tell them about like music business stuff, and I tell them all, man, if you can play video games, you can learn how to use Pro Tools. You can learn how to use, you know, Final Cut Pro, all that stuff. I mean, to be real with you, I can use Pro Tools, and that shit's easier to me than Call of Duty.
That is true. I mean, I can't play Call of Duty for anything, but I sure can lay down stuff on Logic.
So point being, you know, a lot of people say like, you know, they complain about like I admire the spirit, the can do it to it, because a lot of people let things like studio time or getting the song mastered or getting a cover hold them up when you can sit there and learn that shit.
Exactly. And I don't waste any time, but other people
Word.
in this business, they don't work as hard as I do for myself. So when I could have it speedy and when I could know it for in the future, if I ever need to know it, then I got it. So I mean, it's I'm just building on my craft and trying to elevate it.
Word. This one I don't really got no point to it, but I just want everybody to go follow your Facebook page, Chesney Claire Music, and man, that Etta James cover you did, the I'd Rather Go Blind, just awe-inspiring. I must have listened to it like 10 times in a row. I love Etta James, and
I do too.
And a lot of times people don't do her justice. So I was like, man, she treaded in deep waters, but man, you definitely was swimming.
Thank you so much. It feels good to hear somebody say that I did Etta James justice. So I really appreciate that. I had a good time recording that and learning that song, because I didn't know it before, but I heard it and I was like, I need to sing this.
That's a beautiful song, the lyrics and everything.
Yeah.
But you know, that being said, back to the rock and roll t-shirt though, what other see, I'm not into the musical influences shit. I'm more into like, what do you listen to the most? Like if you ask me what I've listened to the most, like not non-rap, you know, it's gonna be like Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Stax, Motown, you know, funk music, shit like that. And I measure it by that. But like when I was trying to be a rapper, I was influenced by people, but that wasn't what I listened to the most. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm more interested in what, you know, like your go-tos.
Right. The funny thing about influences is that I always feel weird answering that question, because I try to make my stuff like so different. But
you ain't sound like nobody to me. Like I couldn't I couldn't come up with a comparison. I try not to do that shit, but sometimes I play a game like this, and there was nothing obvious.
Good. I really love to hear that. That makes me really happy. But I love to listen to R&B and not really too much pop. I started off doing pop mainly whenever I started recording my own originals, and then I was like, you know, I love listening to R&B so much, and I also love listening to hip hop, and I was like, why can't I find a way to kind of sneak those into my pop music? And that's what's happening with the new stuff that I'm working on now, and also with Not in the Mood. It's definitely more R&B influenced, and
I mean, it's like soul influence to me. Like, it's not like New Jack influence, 90s R&B. I don't know what the fuck what R&B is now. Like
me neither, honestly. It's a weird line between R&B and hip hop nowadays. Like,
well, let me ask you this: like, can you even name a male R&B singer? I mean, I guess Homeboy on Power, Rotimi or whatever, but outside of that, I can't even name. I mean, I guess Trey Songz is still Trey Songz hella active, huh? But
there's some R&B artists that are male, but they're like just chilling a little bit, like Daniel Caesar, Frank Ocean. They haven't dropped anything in forever though, if you think about it.
Oh yeah, I love Frank Ocean. You should check out this dude Jermaine. He pretty nice. Gemaine. But like I've been doing this show almost 2 years now, I done did like at least 70 singer episodes, and it was only one male.
Wow. Wow.
But I guess motherfuckers just start turning that shit into bars. They like might as well rap.
Probably so. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I'm really strongly influenced by R&B and hip hop. And I just feel like my voice was more of a fit for pop music. But now I'm trying to figure out ways around that because I really love R&B and hip hop.
Who's your favorite rapper?
I love the weird stuff. I like Lil Peep, R.I.P. Mac Miller, R.I.P. Juice WRLD, R.I.P. I'm just kidding. But I love Kanye West. I love Kanye's production and his style of music, just so creative and really different. And I love Russ. I admire his independent journey. But yeah, those are a couple of my favorite.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a young woman who has been on a media run all day.
That's me.
that should be happening. So tell me about the Break the Silence extravaganza and what is Danny Glover like?
Danny Glover is my new best friend.
So you're the new Mel Gibson? Not really. No,
not really. But we went to Reno. I got invited to perform at Break the Silence extravaganza, which was a domestic violence fundraiser, and before the actual ceremony, all the artists got together and we all performed for a group of people at a brewery. And Danny Glover was in there, and he was like behind this gate that was for VIPs, and people kept bringing him food over and over and over, like different types of food. Like somebody brought him Subway, somebody brought him Chinese food, somebody brought him rice and chicken. And I get up there and I start singing, and I turn and I look, and he's like latched onto the fence and he's looking through, and then I look at him and he goes,
that's what's up.
I was singing while I saw that, and I kind of laughed and whatever. And so I finished my song, and he came over to me and he hugged me and kissed me on the forehead and then started dancing with me. And then he sent over a plate of food to me. Somebody walked up to me and they were like, "Courtesy of Mr. Glover." And I was like, cool.
Now you gotta tell the whole story. What you get? Did you get the Subway? Did you get the rice and chicken?
I got rice and chicken. It was spicy as heck too, and I think that's why he sent it to me. It was way too spicy for me to eat, but I mean, enjoy the gesture.
Hell yeah. Shit, that's super dope.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here and you drop your socials and everything, what's your plan on coming up? Are you gonna release a whole project? Are you gonna keep releasing songs and working the singles?
I'm doing it real strategically. I have about 90 songs that are written and ready to go right now. Dang. But I'm kind of just waiting. I'm kind of doing everything very, very smartly and taking my time with it and putting the right promotions and marketing behind it, all while I'm still teaching myself new stuff and still getting new connections and getting new beats sent into me all the time from amazing producers. So there's a lot going on, but I definitely want to drop a project this year. I definitely think that would be amazing. And
it would be good because like I said, you're an awesome songwriter. You have a different voice, and it would be kind of good to hear. I mean, this might be some old person shit because I know young people like just mostly like songs, but I'd like to hear like a collective body of work to see. I ain't trying to be all using pretentious music journalist words, but just to see how it goes together, like when you sequence it and all that type stuff, you know.
Yeah, and when I do put a project out, I want it to like tell a story. Like I want the songs to kind of relate to each other, maybe just a little bit, if at all. But I think that would be super cool to have like a storytelling album with a bunch of fire songs.
Shit, maybe one day you can do one of them like concept albums with an alternate personality and all that shit. Like you could be like the punk rock chick or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I mean, I be thinking it's dope when people do that shit again. What's the name of the site to get your merch at again?
It's chesneyclaire.com/shop.
That and before the socials, is there anything I didn't touch on that you wanted to get out there?
Not really. I just really appreciate you having me, and I had a great time.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And what's your socials?
But you guys can follow me on Instagram at Chesney Claire, Facebook at Chesney Claire Music, Twitter at Chesney Claire, TikTok at Chesney Claire, Instagram, Spotify, all that. I mean, it's at Chesney Claire. So
And y'all can, oh, go ahead.
I just said everything's under Chesney Claire.
Bet. And y'all can follow me at Mark Walter Ward, including you, Miss Chesney Claire.
I will right now.
All right, that's a bet. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you continued success. I really enjoyed this episode and listening to your music.
Thank you so much.
No doubt. Have a good one.
Right. You too. Bye-bye.
Peace.